Um, a very interesting episode of Doctor Who tonight. Not least of which because it's the final episode of the Romans, and the Romans has been a great story. Really, really enjoyed it. Genuinely made us chuckle out loud at points, and I'm all up for a Doctor Who story that gives you genuine laughs. But most of those genuine laughs come in episode 3, although it does have its moments in this episode. And the first thing of note is just how, in my mind, how sophisticated the start of this episode is in terms of setting the compass. Which is at the start, we have a resolution to the cliffhanger, which is Ian and his mate not killing each other, but fighting other people, whatever else. And then Nero kills somebody. Much as he killed somebody, killed the poisoner. Was that episode 2 or 3? I can't remember. But if you'd watched episode 3 and said to your mate, "Oh, Doctor Who's dead funny this week. You got to watch it. You got to watch it. It's really, really good. Watch the episode next week." And then you tune to this one, and within the first couple of minutes, you'd seen the death that you see, where basically Nero runs a legionary through because he didn't fight hard enough, which could have been done as a comedy, but isn't. It's nasty. It's Nero being this psychotic 12-year-old in the body of a 40-something-year-old man. So immediately, you know you're in for something slightly different. That's not to say that it doesn't have its charms and its wit and humour. The Doctor setting fire to Nero's plans for New Rome and his preempting of Nero getting him to, saying that he wants him to fight in the arena, and all the puns about lions and things like that. That's good, especially as at the same time, it's not just done gratuitously, it is done to allow for the effect of the plans starting to burn. And that's smart. That's smooth. I like that. I think that's a really nice, tidy way of doing that moment, because it just takes what I've been saying. Doctor Who can do light and dark, and it can sit them together quite comfortably. In that example, what it is it's forwarding the plot, but giving us something to keep us amused while it happens. That's great. You know, a less sophisticated story would just have had the effect of the plant setting on fire. Fine. So the story ratchets up. The other amusing bit. I mean, Hartnell's again. He's loving these quips and things he gets. He's just a great actor, Hartnell. I don't know why he gets a bad press. I've said it before, I'll say it again. This is reinvigorating my love of William Hartnell. Ian and Barbara's plot coming to an end is lovely, and you get their little silliness back in the villa that they're in at the start, which is charming. Not laugh out loud funny, but charming, and we love these guys now. We absolutely love these guys. Ian and Barbara, they're clearly having it away. They're clearly falling for each other in this story in a way that we've not seen up until this point, in a way that we won't see in Doctor Who very often. It's subtly done, and I'll find out at some point, no doubt, whether it be now or in 40 years' time, when I'm in a retirement home watching all these DVDs with the commentaries and whatever else. But it would be nice to think that William Russell and Jacqueline Hill got together and said, "Okay, is this where our characters are going? Let's just bring this out. Let's just tease that out. That's great." So basically, I can surmise the Romans are saying it's an absolutely top draw story. It gets a mixed reception, I think, with many Doctor Who people and the casual viewer. I think the casual viewer, to be fair, would tune into this programme, especially even this day and age. If you preempted and said this is going to be a 1960s piece of television, see where you go with it. I think they'd tune in and enjoy it. I think it's good fun. I think it's worth dwelling on the fact that in the overarching story of Doctor Who, which is kind of why I'm doing this, there's a really interesting moment at the end where Vicky suggests to the Doctor that it's his involvement in the events that unfolded that caused Rome to burn, which the mere suggestion of which, if you go back to the Aztecs and the Reign of Terror to a certain extent, the mere suggestion of which is just insane. Because the programme started off with a mandate, which was we don't mess around with history, we observe and we view. And At this point, Dennis Spooner, incoming script editor, writer of this story, incoming script editor, is bold enough to say, well, hold up. Is that the most interesting thing we can be doing here? And the Doctor, who, let's remember, is a young man. Yes, he's played by William Hartnell. Yes, he's characterised at this point, and everybody watching this programme in 1965 believes him to be an old man. But he's not. We know he's not. He's actually a very young man. Stands at the end of the episode and goes, well, maybe this was me getting involved. And that's fun. That's great. Because we don't want to write off. I mean, stuff like the Doctor doesn't know about the Daleks in the Daleks. Okay, that's difficult. The Time Lords clearly know about the Daleks, or should know about the Daleks. But there's a reason. There's got to be a reason why the Doctor doesn't know about the Daleks, and yet by the Dalek invasion of Earth, he's confident enough to start making assumptions about what period in Daleks' history there are, even that they have a history. And then, as things progress, obviously the Time Lords and the Daleks' histories come intertwined. It's very difficult to assume that they don't know about each other. Bear in mind also the Five Doctors. The Daleks could never play the game of Rassilon. They played it too well. So the Daleks so that's difficult. But the simple fact is we can't just shove all these things away and say, the programme didn't know what it was doing then. The bottom line is, the Doctor starts off saying, we can't mess around with history. And then by this story, starting to say, well, maybe I was a part of it. Maybe I wasn't just this observer, immune to making any difference, or denied from making any difference. Maybe I was always here. Maybe I was always having a role to play. And that's exciting, isn't it? Isn't it, everybody? Isn't that exciting? I find it exciting. I think it's a good thing. So the Romans, loving the Romans. What an adventure this is for me personally. To watch it with Lib as well, who's really enjoyed this story. I gave her, to the extent that it came up with the caption, "The Web Planet next to," what's that one like? She says. Now, she's partly messing me about, and she does humour me, and she's a brilliant wife for that, and I really love her for that and many other reasons. But she was interested, and she said, "What's it like?" And I said, "Well, it's like no other Doctor Who story you're ever going to see," which is true, isn't it? Let's be frank. So, loving the Romans, all good stuff. Can't wait to go on with the next one as well. See you later. Bye bye.